Hey everybody, Texans Girl here along with William Harvey, and we are here to recap the Houston Texans game today against the Jacksonville Jaguars. First and foremost, I just want to thank Cal McNair. I know that most of Texans fans would agree with me on this one. Thank you so much for stepping up and getting rid of the cancer in our organization known as Bill O'Brien. We have been waiting for this for a long time. And I did not expect this to happen, but we are so grateful that it did. It was what we needed. It was a spark that we needed. This guy is a joke. It's funny how things come to light, like his argument with our defensive coordinator and J.J. Watt. I know J.J. was apparently questioning Bill O'Brien's coaching skills. Well, J.J., we've been questioning his coaching skills for years, and thank God, thank you, Cal McNair, for getting rid of them. We appreciate it. And for you, I was watching the Monday Night broadcast, and you have Steve Young and Booger McFarland questioning the firing, and I'm like, these guys are blind, obviously. They don't know what the hell's going on in Houston, Texas. They don't see players leaving. I mentioned this last week. It was a huge win for Houston getting rid of this guy. We had a great week in Houston, Texas. The Astros won, and the Texans won a big victory by getting rid of that dude. So thank you. Thank you so much, Cal McNair. We have a fresh start. We have Romeo Crennel as our interim coach, and I think he's gotten off to a great start. I think we had a really good game today against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you know what? I know Jacksonville had 3 of their stars out on defense, but I really don't care. We won the game. I think the first part, I wasn't pleased with the way we started the game, but the way we finished it, I feel great. I think the second half, we were dominant. I think our defense played great the second half. Deshaun played great. We came back. Deshaun had over 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have those 2 mistakes. 2 interceptions, but he's got to clean that up. It was great to see Brandon Cooks come alive. He had, almost 170 yards receiving and a touchdown. So I really liked the call by Romeo Crennel late in the fourth quarter to go for it on 4th down, to basically put the nail in the coffin, and he did. Brandon Cooks scored the touchdown, and it was a really good call. So I feel good about that. I feel good about the way we played today. I feel good about the way our defense played today. We finally had 2 takeaways. We were the only team in the NFL that didn't have any turnovers. Finally, we got them. JJ came and dominated. You could tell that dude wanted to win that game. He played his heart out. Merciless finally came through. Our secondary finally came through. So I feel really good about the way we played. Yes, we still have to clean it up. We've got the Titans. We have the Colts. We have to beat those teams. But you know what? Step 1, we beat Jacksonville. So, that to me is the spark we needed. We had to have that. We had to have that spark to show that we could win football games. And we know what we have. When you have a Deshaun Watson, you have a chance to win. And as JJ said, when you have a quarterback like Deshaun, you should be winning football games, and we should. So really, really like what I saw today. Other games we watched, I've got to really commend the Raiders today for playing one hell of a game and beating the world champion Chiefs. Great job by Derek Carr. Phenomenal stand, and it was 4th and 1, and the very end of the game, and the Raiders stopped them. Really, really, really good game. Beating the Chiefs, and I know that's a very interesting division. 4-1, the Chiefs. Chiefs fans, you guys know what you have. You still have the dominant team in the AFC. The Raiders are 3-2. I think an interesting division is the AFC North, because you've got the Steelers sitting atop at 4-0. You've got the Ravens, who are back. Ravens fans, you should be very pleased by the way your team's playing. I know you kicked some tail today in Cincinnati, but the Ravens are back. And how about the Browns? How about the Cleveland freaking Browns at 4-1? Never thought I'd say that. Thank you so much, Cleveland, for taking care of the Colts today. You were a huge help. And the Colts had a dominant defense going, but Cleveland looked really good. Looked really good. You had a lot of mistakes on the Colts' part, and I'll take it. So we really needed Cleveland to win, and they did. So thank you so much for winning that game. Looking ahead of our division, the Titans are at the top at 3-0, and they are playing the Bills on Tuesday. We have quite a few games that have been postponed or whatever due to COVID. So we have a Tuesday night game, which is good, and it's a game of unbeatens against the Bills. So that should be a good game. Bills at 4-0 and the Titans at 3-0. So hoping that the Bills can win that game. And I'm impressed by the way the Bills are playing. 4-0. Josh Allen is playing dominant. You've got Stephon Diggs, and I think Buffalo's defense is pretty damn good. So you should be pleased by the way your team's playing. So that's the Tuesday night matchup. Looking at other games today, looking at the late game, first of all, you guys know I can't stand the Dallas Cowboys. I hated that game today. I hated to see Dak Prescott go down like that. That made me sick. To see him carted out and the look on his face. I actually, despite the fact that I don't like the team, I like Dak Prescott. I think he's the bright spot in the Cowboys organization. I think he's one hell of a quarterback, and I think Jerry Jones should have paid the dude. But anyway, prayers, I know everybody's praying for you, Dak Prescott, and I know he's probably in surgery as we speak right now, but really, really hoping that everything goes smoothly. It really sucks when injury takes away a player of his caliber. So hoping for a quick recovery for Dak Prescott. Really am. Hated to see that. Hated to see him go down. It really was sickening to me. But praying for your recovery, Dak. Really, really hope you get well soon. Cowboy fans, you should be pleased at least by the outcome. I know you lost Dak, but you actually have, at least you've got a veteran in Andy Dalton. No, he's not Dak Prescott, but he can at least manage the game. This is your time to shine with your run game and Ezekiel Elliott, and you need to get going with that. Your defense stinks. I mean, you gave up all those points to the Giants, for God's sake, so you need to get that crap under control, but you're in the worst division in football. So, and you're at the top of that division, so that's a bright spot for you. You should be able to win that division regardless of Dak's injury, but like I said, praying for Dak Prescott, praying for a speedy recovery. The night game, the Seattle Seahawks game, that was one hell of a game. Seahawks looked like garbage the first half. I really thought that Minnesota was going to end up winning that game. And I told my husband in the very last minutes, I said, Russell Wilson comes back and scores a touchdown. That dude is hands down MVP of the league. And look what he did. Look at what Russell Wilson, look at what he devised. And how about DK Metcalf? That dude's only 22 years old. He is a phenomenal wide receiver. So, Seattle, 5-0. Russell Wilson. Look, Kansas City fans, as good as Pat Mahomes is, and I think Pat Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL today, hands down. Russell Wilson, right now, through week 5, is the MVP of the league. So, man, Russell Wilson. Wow. All I can say is that was a great game tonight. Seattle came alive in the second half, and they prevailed. How about Thursday night's game, guys? You saw that? You saw that big mistake by Tom Brady? That was hilarious. You know, you're a veteran quarterback, and you lose track in the last drive of what down it is. Then the thing that bothered me the most is when he ran into the locker room and didn't even say anything to Nick Foles. You could have at least said, hey, man, good game, even if it was from afar. You couldn't do it, could you, Tom? You couldn't do it. You're an asshole. And you just went right on into the locker room. I'm glad Tampa Bay lost. I don't like Tom Brady. And I'm glad Nick Foles and Chicago Bears beat you. So, interesting week of football. Very interesting week. To me, I mean, you've got a lot of good teams in the AFC. You've got the Bills. I never thought I'd say that. You got the Buffalo Bills. And then you've got in the AFC North, you've got the Steelers, the Ravens. Never thought I'd say this. The Browns. Man. Wow. Kansas City, to me, the dominant teams in the AFC are still the Chiefs, the Ravens, and I think the Steelers and the Bills. So it's really hard for me to pick one because there's a lot of good teams going on. I think the teams that the Texans really need to focus on, obviously, are the teams in our division. And I'm not as worried about the Colts. I think the Colts have a dominant defense, but the Titans, to me, are the team to beat, and we play them next Sunday. So we have got to be ready for the Titans. Hopefully Buffalo can take care of them on Tuesday. So I'm rooting for the Bills, but it's going to be an interesting matchup next week. I think it's going to be a good matchup. I think we've turned the corner. I really think we got what we needed today. We had that spark getting rid of Bill O'Brien, and I feel very, very good about it. So Texans fans, let's go into this week. We had the win. Yeah, we're 1-4. We don't like being 1-4, but we got the win, and we got rid of Bill O'Brien. And to me, that was a huge win for this organization. Next week, we'll talk about coaching prospects for the Texans, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of names that are on the plate. So we will see what's going on there. We'll talk more about that next Sunday, but I went a little long today. Like I said, good week in football for the Texans. Really, really, really hate seeing what happened to Dak Prescott. Prayers to you, and I really hope for a speedy recovery. We will see you guys next Sunday. Peace out. Have a great week, guys.